Hey everyone, welcome to Season 3, Episode 7 of Marketing Ninja Unleashed. Today, I'm reflecting on why connection matters more now than ever before, both in marketing and in business. I'm talking about how running events can actually help brands show they care, why finding the right audience is the foundation of every great campaign, and how you can get the most from your Black Friday and Christmas efforts. Here's a hint, it's all about the follow-up. Plus, I'm sharing some practical Christmas campaign ideas for professional services businesses that actually want to build strong relationships and end the year on a high. Hey everyone, welcome back to Marketing Ninja Unleashed. I'm Rena, founder of You and Your Story, and I am helping brands find their voice, tell their story, and connect with people in ways that actually mean something. If you've listened to the last few episodes, you'll know that I've been speaking to a few guests, and I hope you've been enjoying the interview so far. I've absolutely loved interviewing them, and the next few guests that I've got on are just as great. But in today's episode, I want to talk about this time of year. It's been a really busy 3 quarters already, and now we're heading towards the end of the year. This time of the year is always packed. Campaigns, events, sales, and of course, Christmas. But while everybody's rushing around to get the final push in, I want to talk about something a little deeper. The stuff that really makes your marketing stick. So in today's episode, we're diving into running events and why they're so powerful for connection. How you can attract the right audience by going back to basics. Why following up is the real secret to Black Friday success, and how to make your Christmas marketing meaningful, especially if you're in professional services. So let's kick off with something that's quite close to my heart, event marketing. I've run a few events in my time, both professionally and personally, and I've always been in the background running around like a headless chicken. But I always take a few minutes to observe what's going on, and it makes it all worth it. I recently helped the Midlands Asian Lawyers Association with their annual ball. It was their 17th annual ball, and this year there were over 500 people from the legal community or connected to the legal community all coming together for an awesome night of partying. There was lots of great food, entertainment, outfits, a few speeches, a raffle, and an amazing atmosphere. It's been described as an Indian wedding without the bride and groom, and it's 100% just that. But it was also proof that when you invest in bringing people together, physically, not just digitally, you can build relationships that last far longer than any campaign ever will. We spend so much time talking about brand awareness, engagement, and conversions, but sometimes the best marketing isn't online, it's face-to-face. It's those genuine conversations over a meal or on the dance floor that remind people that your brand has a heart. When your customers see you at an event, supporting your community, showing up for others, being real, it creates trust, and trust is what keeps people coming back. So whether you're a small business or even a larger brand, think about this. When was the last time you did something just to connect with your audience? Not to sell, not to pitch, but just to show you care. Because people might forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. That's why I absolutely loved being part of the Marla Ball. It wasn't just a celebration, it was stories, all in motion. Now, speaking of people, let's talk about attracting the right ones. Lately, I've been working with a construction company that wanted to improve their marketing and bring in better leads. And one of the first things that we did was go right back to basics, identifying their ideal customer. It sounds really simple, right? But you'd be surprised at how many businesses skip this step. They jump straight into advertising, spending money on Meta, Google, or trade shows without really knowing who they're talking to. But the truth is, if you don't know who your customer is, your marketing will always feel scattered. So we sat down and we asked some big questions. Who are your best customers right now? What do they have in common? What problems do they come to you to solve? And what triggers them to buy? Once we understood that, everything changed. The tone of their ads shifted, their website messaging became clearer, and instead of trying to appeal to everyone, they started attracting the right people. The ones who valued quality, reliability, and expertise. So when you get your audience right, your marketing suddenly feels easier. It's more targeted, more relevant, and far more effective. If you're listening to this and you're struggling to attract leads that convert, pause the fancy campaigns, go back to your audience. because clarity there will save you a lot of wasted time and money later. And if you're struggling with that, go all the way back to season 1, episode 1, where I actually talked to you about finding your ideal audience and working out who they are, because that little piece of work will help you in the long run. Now, let's talk about the elephant in every November meeting, Black Friday. By now, your inbox is probably filled with early access deals, one-time offers, and countdown timers. And there's nothing wrong with that. But here's what I see over and over again. Businesses pour all their energy into the launch and forget about the follow-up. The real success of Black Friday isn't just in the sale itself, it's also what happens afterwards. So if you're about to run a Black Friday campaign or plan to next year, here's what I want you to do. Make sure you have a plan to keep the conversation going. Send a thank you email to new customers. Show some genuine appreciation. Follow up with anyone who didn't buy. Maybe they needed more information, reassurance, or even a reminder. Add everybody who engaged to your nurture list. Build a relationship with them, not just a transaction. Think of Black Friday as the first date, not the wedding. Your job after that weekend is to keep showing up, building trust, and turning one-time buyers into loyal customers. If you only focus on the sale, you'll always be chasing. But if you focus on the relationship, you'll build a brand that lasts. And finally, the C word, Christmas. The season of sparkles, sales, and stress, especially if you're in marketing. Now, while everyone else is rushing to push out festive graphics and discounts, I want to remind you that Christmas marketing doesn't have to be loud to be effective, especially for professional services businesses. The season is a brilliant opportunity to build relationships rather than just sales. And here are just a few ideas to help you build those relationships. Start by rewarding your top clients. Send them a handwritten card, a small gift, or even a digital thank you video from your team. You can even host a client lunch or drinks event. Take inspiration from brands like ProMedica24. They hosted appreciation events throughout the year to bring people together. It's simple, but it's memorable. You can even make a donation on behalf of your clients. Pick a local charity and let your clients know that their support helps you give back. That's storytelling with a purpose. Build on that. Join in on local charity events. There's Christmas Jumper Day, a Santa Fun Run. Any sort of community initiative will help you build visibility and goodwill with your customers. And most importantly, share behind the scenes stories. Show your team decorating the office, doing charity work, or volunteering. It humanizes your brand and spreads positivity. Christmas is all about connection, not conversion. So when you focus on making people feel good rather than just buying, your brand becomes a part of their story, something they will never forget. As we wrap up this episode, I want you to remember, events build connection. Understanding your audience builds clarity. Follow-up builds loyalty. And heart-led campaigns build brands that last. That's what marketing is all about. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, I'm Rena, and You and Your Story is here to make sure your story is the one the world won't forget.
This has been a Monkey Pants Productions podcast.